Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous episode, Alex surprised Tuna with a brand new fruit shop near the market, a cozy little place where she and baby Henry will start their new life together. And in today's episode, we get to enjoy the very first morning of the grand opening. From Tuna's adorable nervousness to Henry stealing everyone's attention with his cute baby sounds, the shop turns into the happiest corner of the whole alley. But there's also a fun little twist waiting for you. Can you guess what unexpected moment happens on their first day? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you won't miss the next heartwarming episode. Morning sunlight filtered softly through the narrow market alley, warming the newly painted signboard hanging above the snug little storefront. Tuna's Fruit Corner. The letters weren't fancy, but they carried a sincere charm, bright, hopeful, and unmistakably hers. Inside the shop, the air smelled sweet. Fresh guava, polished wooden shelves, and the faint citrus scent from the baskets Alex had arranged the night before. A gentle breeze drifted through the open window, stirring the yellow daisy sitting in a glass jar, the same flower Alex had placed there as a quiet blessing for her new beginning. Tuna adjusted a basket of oranges on the counter for the third time. Her hands weren't steady, not from fear, but from a kind of fragile joy she wasn't used to holding. Behind her, baby Henry lay comfortably in his bamboo cradle, kicking his small feet and waving his hands at the spinning toy above him. "It's a big day, Kane," Tuna whispered. Henry cooed in reply as if he understood. Alex leaned against the doorway, arms crossed, silently taking in the scene with a smile he couldn't hide. "Everything looks good," he said. "Better than good." Tuna turned around, cheeks warming. "I still can't believe this place is real." "It's real because you earned it," Alex replied. "This shop is your work, your patience, your kindness. I only helped open the door." She held his gaze a moment longer, emotion rising in her chest. Before she could respond, footsteps echoed softly from the alley. Mrs. Fuang appeared, walking slowly but confidently, her scarf fluttering behind her like a small banner of dignity. She stepped inside, her eyes sweeping over the shelves, the baskets, the loft above. And then she smiled, a warm, approving smile. "You made it beautiful, Tuna," she said. "Warm and honest, just like you." Tuna bowed her head, flustered. "Thank you, Auntie." Henry squealed happily at the sight of her, and she leaned closer to touch his cheek. "Today, my little grandson helps his mother open her first shop," she said fondly. Alex stepped forward. "Mom, are you sure you're well enough to stay all morning?" She waved her hand dismissively. "I'm not as fragile as you think, and..." She glanced at Tuna. "I want to be here for her." Those simple words hit Tuna deeper than she expected. Something warm and unfamiliar pressed at her throat. Acceptance. Before she could compose herself, the shop's first customer peeked in. An older woman with a woven basket paused, surprised by how neat everything looked. "New shop?" she asked. "Yes," Tuna said softly. "Fresh fruit from our farm, picked this morning." The woman picked up a guava, pressed gently into the skin, took a sniff. Her eyes lit up. "Sweet, I'll take some." Within moments, she bought 3 full bags, far more than Tuna had dared to imagine selling so early. As she walked out, Alex leaned in. "See?" Customers came steadily after that. 2 students bought oranges. A young mother picked up bananas for her child. A man on a motorbike stopped to grab a watermelon before work. Every thank you, every smile, Every bag that left her counter added something new to the shop, a sense of life, a sense of direction. Tuna moved gently between baskets, shy at first, then slowly finding confidence. Alex watched her from the corner, pride swelling in his chest. She wasn't just selling fruit, she was building a future. But the peace didn't last long. Around mid-morning, a group of local vendors gathered near the entrance. Their whispers weren't friendly. Some looked irritated, others suspicious. One woman stepped forward, arms crossed tightly. "You're new, right? We've been selling here for years. If your prices are too low, we can't survive." Tuna froze. She hadn't meant to upset anyone. She simply priced everything fairly, exactly as Alex had taught her. Before she could answer, Alex spoke. "Our fruit comes from our farm. We're not undercutting anyone. Just honest quality at honest prices." The woman narrowed her eyes. "So, you're the owner here?" "No," Alex replied calmly. He looked at Tuna with a softened expression. "She is." The vendors exchanged looks, some surprised, some irritated. The woman finally huffed and backed away, gathering her group. The moment they left, Tuna let out a shaky breath. "Alex, what if they hate me?" Mrs. Fuang stepped forward, her voice firm but gentle. "My dear, if you live with kindness, good people will find you. Those who dislike you for no reason, let them go. It's not your burden." The tightness in Tuna's heart eased, but the peace lasted only a moment. At the end of the alley, a shadow lingered. Someone watching. Tuna didn't notice. Alex did. His smile faded, his shoulders stiffened. "My," half hidden behind a motorbike, arms crossed, eyes cold, not angry this time, but calculating. Alex's chest tightened. This was the last person he wanted near the shop, near Tuna, near Henry. But she didn't step forward. She didn't speak. She just watched, as if studying something, planning something. Alex exhaled slowly. Today is Tuna's day, he told himself. She deserves happiness, not fear. But the thought he couldn't ignore whispered darkly in the back of his mind. If Mai was here, then something bigger was coming. The late morning sun grew warmer, filling the small shop with a golden glow. Customers continued to trickle in, some out of curiosity, some drawn by the fresh scent of guava drifting through the air. Every time the bell above the door chimed, Tuna straightened, greeted them with a shy smile, and offered samples with gentle enthusiasm. Henry, now awake again, watched everything from his cradle with wide, curious eyes. Whenever a customer laughed or spoke loudly, he wiggled his tiny legs in excitement, the soft fabric of his little blanket crinkling beneath him. Mrs. Fuang picked him up and settled him on her lap. "Your mother is doing well, she whispered into his tiny ear. Henry responded by grabbing her scarf, making her chuckle. Tuna caught the moment and smiled. The shop felt alive, warm, hopeful, full. It was everything she had never dared to dream of. Around noon, a gentle lull settled in. The alley grew quieter as the heat of midday pushed people indoors for lunch. Tuna placed the day's earnings into a small wooden box with careful hands. Not much, but more than she expected for a morning. Alex stepped beside her. "Not bad for day one," he said softly. She nodded. Han fuch lam." "You deserve it," he replied, "and it's only the beginning." Before she could say anything else, the bell chimed. A woman in a green blouse walked in, mid-40s, gentle face, carrying a toddler on her hip. "Is this the new fruit shop?" she asked. "Yes," Tuna said, stepping forward. "My neighbor told me your guava is sweet," the woman added, smiling. Tuna handed her a slice. The woman bit into it, eyes widening. "Oh, wow. This is better than what the big stalls sell." She bought 2 bags. Then another woman entered. Then a pair of teens. Then a man looking for dragon fruit. Soon, the lull was gone, replaced by steady energy again. Tuna's cheeks flushed pink from both heat and joy. Alex stood near the doorway, watching her work, watching her bloom. "She's a natural," Mrs. Huang murmured beside him, rocking Henry lightly. Alex nodded. "She is." Then he glanced toward the alley. Mai was gone, but that didn't comfort him. Early afternoon passed, full and bright. As the shadows grew longer, Tuna began refilling the front baskets. Sweat gathered along her temples, but she didn't mind. Every piece of fruit she lifted made her feel more connected to the space, like each movement stitched her more securely into a life she once thought she didn't deserve. Suddenly, the bell chimed again. This time, a young man entered, early 20s, wearing a delivery vest, holding a small sealed box. "Tuna's fruit corner?" he asked. "Yes," Tuna answered, confused. "This is for you." He handed her the parcel, had her sign, and left without another word. Alex's brows rose. "You expecting something?" She shook her head. "Em jiao ko jat gi jiao." Henry babbled as if offering his opinion. Tuna carefully unwrapped the box. Inside was a small notebook, handmade, beautiful, tied with twine. She opened it. A note rested on the first page. In neat handwriting, "Every shop needs a dream book. Write yours inside. From someone who believes in you." Tuna covered her mouth with her hand. Alex froze. He didn't send that. Mrs. Huang leaned closer. Who would send this?" Tuna's hands trembled as she flipped to the next page, and that was when she found it. A pressed bougainvillea flower, the same kind that lined the alley, the same kind that grew near the spot where Mai had been standing earlier. Alex's jaw tightened immediately. Tuna didn't make the connection. She simply looked touched. "It's so thoughtful," she whispered softly, tears pooling in her eyes. "Ima tot quave." Alex forced a small smile. "I'm sure it's nothing," he said gently, though his voice was tight. "Maybe a friendly neighbor." But he knew better. He knew Mai wasn't just watching this morning, she was planning. He took the notebook from Tuna's hands as casually as he could and flipped to the final page, pretending to admire the stitching. There, barely visible, someone had written with faint pencil, "Miss me?" Alex's heart dropped. He closed the notebook immediately, masking his expression before Tuna saw. "Me? Can you hold Henry for a bit?" he asked quietly. Mrs. Huang nodded, recognizing the tone instantly, low, tense, protective. Alex stepped outside, standing just under the signboard. The afternoon breeze ruffled his shirt. He scanned the alley in both directions. Mai was nowhere in sight, but the message was clear. She wasn't finished. She wasn't letting go. And she wanted him to know it. After a long moment, he inhaled deeply and returned inside. Tuna looked up instantly, worry flickering in her eyes. "Everything okay?" Alex walked toward her, cupped her cheek gently, and offered her a steady smile. "Yes, everything is fine." She relaxed, leaning into his palm. He kissed her forehead softly. "It's your day," he whispered. "No one will ruin it." Tuna's eyes softened, her body easing with trust. She reached for Henry, who squealed and pressed his tiny hand to her lips. Alex watched them, mother and child bathed in warm afternoon light, and made a silent vow. Whatever Mai planned next, he would stay ahead of her. This shop wasn't just a shop, it was their future, and he would protect it no matter what. Outside, the alley drifted into early evening. Inside, Tuna arranged her final basket of the day, humming softly, unaware of the shadow looming beyond the walls. But Alex knew, and tomorrow, he would be ready. Tuna's fruit corner officially opens, and the little shop near the market quickly becomes the happiest spot in the alley. In part 1, Alex arrives early to help Tuna set up, while baby Henry brings smiles to everyone with his adorable reactions. Customers stop by one after another, impressed by the fresh fruit from the farm. Even when neighboring vendors show a bit of competitive concern, Tuna handles everything with calm kindness, supported by Alex and Mrs. Puong. Part 2 continues the joyful energy as more customers return, praising Tuna's sweetness and the shop's cozy atmosphere. Henry charms everyone, and Tuna slowly gains confidence in her new role. Although a mysterious delivery box briefly surprises her, the day remains filled with laughter, warmth, and small victories. By sunset, the shop feels alive, just like the new life Alex hopes she will build here.